to God, I'm not tripping. This pigeon has a Santa Claus hat on. That is crazy. Freeze!
Was that? I'm scared.
Not a fun time. These Eurasian magpies, or common magpies, which are omnivores, are really trying to turn the rabbit into their meal. They often try to approach human habitats instead of running away. This video is not for those who are single.
God, microwave in this mailbox, bro.
She's gone now.
See, I fucking do. No. Here are some of the oldest things in the world. The first known photograph of a person was taken in 1838. It
only happened because a man and his shoe shiner were the only people still enough on a busy street to show up in the 10-minute exposure. Found along an ancient Greek colony along the Nile River, the oldest known pair of socks are 1,600 years old. They're made out of red wool and were designed to be worn with sandals. The Nishiyama Hotel in Japan is considered to be the oldest hotel in the world. It's been managed by the same family over 52 generations and has been operating since the year 705. Dated to 1504, this carved ostrich egg is the oldest known depiction of the New World. The globe shows North America as an unnamed group of scattered islands. It contains depictions of ships and monsters and even includes the phrase Hic sunt dracones, which translates to "Here lies dragons."
A normal day in Australia, staying inside a bulldozer or running outside, which would be better? A tree without roots and a tree without a head. They compensate each other's missing parts.
Meu Deus. Gente do céu. Okay, guys, this cannot be a coincidence. Two people walking backwards on the same day, different parts of town. First video is the one that I took. The second part of the video is the one my sister took.
If you say you could make this turn for 20 grand, you toxic. You got to be arrogant to be able to, some sort of delusion to be able to, like, you know what? It ain't but a half a piece of concrete before I go in this lake, this pool water. What I can think I could do it. I just let this one right tire hang off, the passenger back tire hang off, and then I can just inch my way and turn. You gotta be super arrogant to be able to think you can do this. But I ain't gonna lie, that's supposed that I can probably do it. He do it pretty well now. He ain't went over yet. Let's see. And this the moment. This a brother gonna tell you, I know my car. And they got it too. these tombstones. Real lucky. Hello? You alright? You okay? What the hell? What the fuck is going on here? There ain't nobody there. Miss? Hello?
Oh, you see this?
What the hell is that?
What is happening? Oh, you see this?
What the hell is that?
What is happening?
So I just saw this video posted from Iran where they are shooting an anti-aircraft. They're shooting anti-aircraft artillery at one of these orbs that we've been seeing. I've been getting a lot of messages in my inbox about how people from other countries aren't seeing this phenomenon happening. And I just found two other videos. One's from Germany, one's from Poland. One where these drones that we're seeing that are now being said are man-made is interacting with the orbs. I'm going to go ahead and post that after this. But yeah, they're shooting multiple rounds at this thing. It's not moving. It's going straight through it. And it reminds me of the Battle of Los Angeles. If you guys are familiar, it's basically the exact same scene. A UFO shows up, they shoot anti-aircraft artillery at it, and nothing happens. And then eventually it just disappears. I found this one really interesting, so I thought I'd show you guys.
Oldest Things in the World, Part 2. The Spire wine bottle was found in 1867 in what used to be a part of ancient Rome. Dating back to the 4th century AD, it's believed to be the oldest unopened bottle of wine in the world. This staircase at the Hallstatt salt mine in Austria is 3,100 years old. It's the oldest known wooden staircase ever discovered. The average lifespan of koi fish in Japan is typically around 40 years. But born in 1751, a koi fish named Hanako far exceeded this average, reportedly dying at the age of 226 in the year 1977. This 3,200-year-old Egyptian tablet is considered to be the oldest attendance sheet in the world. Reasons for being absent included brewing beer, embalming brother, and bitten by scorpion.
This is what they don't tell you. The Grand Canyon isn't just a natural wonder. It holds the secrets of an ancient, advanced civilization. But that's not even the craziest thing that was recently discovered. In a 1909 newspaper article, there were claims of an incredible find saying, an explorer discovered a hidden cave filled with Egyptian artifacts. The Grand Canyon has been studied for centuries, so what's really hidden within it? This is where things get scary. In the article, explorer G.E. Kincaid allegedly found a cave containing statues, tools, and hieroglyphs that resembled those of ancient Egypt. But here's the twist. Some scientists believe it wasn't even the ancient Egyptians, but an ancient advanced civilization called the Anunnaki. It's believed it was actually the Anunnaki who built the pyramids in ancient Egypt, and they also built pyramids and giant structures in part of North and South America. But once they left our planet, they took everything with them, leaving us with giant architecture all around the world.
This has been kept out of mainstream history books. Did you know that ancient civilizations 2,000 years ago performed advanced surgeries? Archaeological evidence has unveiled that the Egyptians, Indians, and Incas had surgical techniques far ahead of their time. Skulls have been found all over those continents, with trepanation holes perfectly cut. It gets even more peculiar. All they had was hammers, saws, and basic tools, so-called primitive methods, yet the incisions are perfect. You're probably wondering, did any of the patients survive? If you take a closer look at the drilled-out regions, There is clear evidence of bone healing which would not take place if the surgeries were unsuccessful. This is not the work of primitive societies. Or were they actually primitive, as we have been led to believe? In ancient India, the Sushruta Samhita describes detailed surgical procedures, including nose reconstruction and cataract removal, and this was over 2,000 years ago. How did they achieve such advanced medical knowledge? The Incas practiced successful skull surgeries, with survival rates higher than the American Civil War. Were they tapping into knowledge from a higher power? Or were they the root of this medical prowess?
Whatever you see first says a lot about the type of person you are. Take a look at this photo right here. Now if you see the car first, it could suggest that you're a very independent person and like going off. You like going on adventures, you could go out on road trips a lot, all of that kind of stuff. If you first saw the man with the binoculars, it could mean you're a very analytic person. You can be sensitive, but you like to dig deeper into the big picture of things. Now take a look at this photo. If you see the skull straight away, it could mean you're a very realist person. You like to live in the moment, don't get stressed out over little things. If you see the woman looking into the mirror first, this could suggest that you are the opposite. You do tend to get worried about the small things and stress out over things. Finally, look at this photo. If you saw a baby first, it could mean you're very independent and like your own company. If you saw the couple first, it could suggest you spend a lot more time with your friends and care about them more than anything. Friends and family are the most important thing to you and you'll do anything for them. And if you saw the trees first, you're always ready to experience something new and go on an adventure.
This whole CIA document is just absolutely wild. There was this remote viewer. His task was to look up where the Galactic Federation headquarters is at. And he talks about the surroundings. It's on our world. There's these huge mountains and then there's a giant lake. The guy says it seemed a lot like Lake Titicaca in Peru. He entered this chamber and in the middle of this room was this altar. And all of a sudden from above there was this white light and there was a group of entities in white robes. He said it seemed very spiritual. He didn't know how to describe it. In 2000, Italian archaeologists discovered at the bottom of Lake Titicaca was this ancient temple that really matched up with the CIA document. It's also the highest lake in the world.
The significance of that. The Bible talks about how God was jealous for the attention of his people or even just defending his own glory. So if there was this fallen angel civilization high in the mountains that like were above destruction for like God to flood it and be like, you're not beyond my reach.
Oh gosh.
No way.
Yeah.
What's the most dangerous animal in the Amazon, would you say? Mammal. Let's go with mammal.
I'm going to disappoint everybody with this, but it's humans. One of the guys we work with on our team, Victor, he was coming downriver and he had a load of mahogany wood. And he sent two people, husband and wife, ahead to go start cooking breakfast on the beach. They go ahead, reach the beach, they get out. He starts cutting some cane to start making a fire. Tribe comes out. No warning. They just start screaming. They start shooting arrows. The man instantly gets an arrow through the leg and it pins his leg so he can't run. He tells his wife, go, save yourself. And she does. She jumps in the water. There's arrows falling around her too. And as she's floating down the river, she looks back and the last thing she sees is these guys getting to her husband and beginning to rip him apart. As Victor comes down the river and sees his friend opened up, his parts are all over the beach is red, and they only found out what happened because they found her later on holding onto a stick in the river, and they were like, what happened? And she was like, they just attacked. They don't want people on their land. You don't mess with these tribes.
Hey, so let me get this straight. 2 astronauts, right? Suni Williams and Butch Wilmore went out for a space mission, an 8-day space mission, back in June. They get trapped out in space on accident. Wasn't planned. But they just posted a picture today wearing Christmas hats. Like it, okay? Let me explain this to you. They went out for an 8-day mission back in June. 8 days back in June. Today, since they're still trapped out there, they sent us a picture to be like, hey, we're doing all right. Why do you have Christmas hats on? Where did you get them from? Where did you get the Christmas hats from? Listen, I'm not a conspiracy theory. I'd rather just have the answer. But 2 things don't add up to me. If the mission was only 8 days back in June, there's no reason for them to have Christmas hats in December. How would they have Christmas hats? The mission was supposed to be 8 days in June. You were supposed to be back before Christmas. There's no reason for you to have Christmas hats. Now also, if you're telling me they're sending them supplies, why would you send them Christmas hats? They're trapped out in space. They want to come home. And you're sending Christmas hats? Something ain't adding up. I don't know exactly what it is, But something not adding up. Something not adding up. I don't know what y'all doing. Something not making no sense.
I listen to a lot of things. First, I want to connect some dots here because they are connected. Okay? When Donald Trump was on the Joe Rogan podcast, they had a conversation about aliens. Not the ones Trump wants to deport. Okay? The ones from other planets. Let's listen.
There's a lot of interest in it.
One of the things that
There's a lot of interest in the people coming from space, you know.
Yes.
And I know you're interested in that.
Oh, very interested in that. How much did they tell you about that?
A lot.
Really?
Yeah.
What'd they tell you?
Well, it's never been my thing, I have to be honest. I interviewed jet pilots that say they saw something. And they said, we saw things, sir, that were very strange. Like a round ball, but it wasn't a comet or a meteor. It was something. And it was going 4 times faster than an F-22, which is a very fast plane, you know.
That's dot one. Where there's a man named Cliff High. You should Google Cliff High. He is a researcher known for developing a technique called predictive linguistics, which involves analyzing internet data to predict future events. And based off that conversation with President Trump and Joe Rogan, he predicted a future event. Let's listen.
But what we do have some justification for suggesting is that there will be 39 days between the temporal marker of the Trump interview and the appearance of this visible contention. It's the visible contention, space aliens. Okay, so sort of very complex kind of Independence Day kind of right? Nobody will know who the hell is doing what with whom. Now, so anyway, now we have a strange thing where there's swarms of 20-foot drones flying around military bases. So unknown. Nobody knows who owns these drones, who's controlling them. At least they're not telling us guys.
Now, my whole life, 1 + 1 has to equal 2. But then I heard Terrence Howard on Joe Rogan, and regardless of what he thinks about math, 1 + 1 still equals 2. Trump and Rogan had this conversation. Cliff High, who previously predicted the 2004 Indonesian tsunami, stated that an alien invasion will be triggered 39 days after Trump's appearance on Joe Rogan. Trump's interview took place on October 25th, 2004. Marking the start of the countdown. We first started seeing these SUV-sized drones on December 3rd. Either we are in the midst of one of the greatest social experiments of all time, one of the greatest pranks of all time, or we being invaded by aliens. Okay, according to Cliff High, the alien invasion will involve air battles between UFOs and military forces, with UFOs even engaging in combat among themselves. Listen, I don't know what's happening. I just know that White House National Security Communications Advisor John Kirby is telling us these SUV-sized drones are manned aircraft. It's not one, it's not two, it's not several, it's a lot of them. One of my peoples in Jersey sent me a video last night of 8 of them over her neighborhood. If this is manned aircraft, then whose mans is this? Okay, who are these men? Are they little and green? And why are we okay with what's happening? Kirby, your statement didn't answer any questions. For me, it raised even more because I'm a common sense purist. This is what happens when they keep us looking down at our phones. We are slaves to the lies that our smartphones tell us, and it causes us to ignore the realities all around us. You can call people like Cliff High crazy. You can call them a conspiracy theorist, but I don't see it being a coincidence that he predicted an alien invasion would happen 39 days after Trump's appearance on Joe Rogan, when they was on there talking about aliens, and then all of a sudden flying SUVs are all over New Jersey. Why are they just flying over our residential areas? What if they crash into our houses? What's the mission? Is this even lawful? Why wasn't the public informed about these operations ahead of time? Look, man, American government, it's okay to be honest with the American people. Just admit either you don't know what's going on up there, or you do, and it's not something you want us to know about. Because all Black Twitter gonna do is make jokes anyway. Okay, the American people are not going to care unless you tell us it's the Kardashians and Taylor Swift up there driving one of those SUV-sized drones. Look, we can avoid reality, but you cannot avoid the consequences of avoiding reality. I don't know what reality currently is, and I don't know what the consequences of avoiding it will be. But I just want us to be aware of what our current reality truly is. Please give White House National Security Communications Advisor John Kirby the biggest Seahawk.
Wow, that was like unfocused as fuck. That goes into the clouds.
That was cool.
Yeah, it was. It looked like it went like through a portal or something.
Right next to the moon. Greetings from Mr. James.
Because he's wearing a uniform.
Video. I will be speaking about the drones. All right, as you know, I'm in the army, the military, whatever you want to call it. Look, we are launching the drones up in the sky as of right now in New Jersey and stuff, in Texas, everywhere. Like, y'all don't gotta be afraid. There are man-made drones, and we're doing the launching, whatever. Now, what you do have to be concerned of, my bad, my eye, but it's the orbs that's inside the sky that y'all see that's glowing and stuff, that's shooting down the drones and all that. That's not a part of us. Them are actually real life aliens. Like, aliens do exist. They're above and they're below us. Yes, they do exist. And 2025 there will be a lot more of exposing the truth. I can't say the reason why, but because it's already out here, so I can speak on this. Aliens are real, and we will have to evacuate sooner than later. But just be careful. Keep looking up in the sky at night. They only come at night. They will only come at night. I don't know the reason. I just know it's been investigated. Aliens are real, and we're trying to figure out why they're here visiting us right now. There's a lot going on within the United States. There's a lot of everything, but they're real. Be careful. Watch out. I don't know what to tell you or like where to go. But look, you just gotta be prepared. Like, I don't know, cause right now it's only like really calculating like the United States. So like, probably go to an island or some shit. Look, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I don't know where you gonna go. I don't know if you gonna survive. But hey, it is what it is. It's 2024. It's the end times. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. Shit. We all gonna. You feel me? I can't say the word, but you feel me? We all gonna. You feel me? It is what it is, man. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, let me stop cussing on him. It's serious, man. Like, this situation is very serious, and like, I try not to think on it, and I really didn't even want to speak about it. But we all should just pray and keep praying to God or whoever you believe in, and just have faith. That's all I can say.